Room 13 presents a tale that begins on the rain-drenched streets of a forgotten town, shrouded in mystery and rumor. It was said that the town's only hotel, the Willow Inn, harbored a secret room, Room 13, a room that supposedly appeared only to those seeking answers they weren't yet ready to embrace. Emma Holloway arrived at the Willow Inn with little more than a backpack and an iron will. A journalist known for unearthing secrets and unsettling truths, she was there to investigate the whisperings about Room 13. Even the crumbling sign above the inn seemed to lean down, observing her skeptically as she stepped inside from the cold. The innkeeper, a gaunt man with shadowed eyes named Mr. Dawson, offered her an enigmatic smile as she inquired about her room. The inn, with its aged wallpaper and dimly lit hallways, suggested a history that was both rich and unsettling. Her assigned room number was 12, and she couldn't help but notice the peculiar absence of Room 13 on the main floor's directory. As she settled into her room, the atmosphere felt heavier, the silence around her unnatural and dense. Emma shook off the sensation as fatigue and decided to explore the inn. Her instincts, owned over years of unraveling convoluted plots and conspiracies, suggested there were hidden layers to this place. The hallway was eerily quiet as she wandered. The dimming lights flickered occasionally, as if communicating some forgotten language of electricity. As Emma passed the room where Room 13 should have been, she felt a chill run down her spine. Despite its absence on the map, she felt a looming presence, and the unsettling feeling made her hairs stand on end. Her initial investigation led her to the inn's only other guest, a reclusive historian named Professor Garcia. He seemed to know much more than he let on, speaking cryptically of a room that revealed truths to those of an open mind. Over a reluctant cup of stale coffee in the dimly lit lounge, he spoke of an incident decades past, shrouded in mystery and fear. But before he could delve deeper, a sudden and sharp coldness swept through the room, silencing him. Late that night, as the winds howled against the window panes, Emma was awoken by a soft but insistent tapping. She opened her eyes to an uncanny half-light that filled her room. The tapping continued, seemingly coming from the wall adjacent to where she lay. Her heart raced as she pressed her ear against the wall, hearing what sounded like muffled whispers, unintelligible yet charged with a certain dreadful urgency. Compelled by an indescribable force, Emma dressed quickly and ventured out into the hallway. The door to room 12 creaked ominously behind her as she stepped into the darkness, the weight of her curiosity ablaze with an undeniable pull. The hallway seemed longer than before, distorted like a long tunnel stretching into a void of shadow and unknowns. Her footsteps echoed as she approached the end of the hallway, where logic dictated room 13 should be. Emma reached out, her hand shaking slightly against the unseen door as an ancient wooden surface materialized beneath her touch. It flung open soundlessly, revealing an unlit abyss beyond. Cautiously, Emma stepped over the threshold, her heartbeat resounding in her ears. The room was vast, impossibly more expansive than the inn's exterior could allow. Pale moonlight seeped through a single open window, illuminating gauzy curtains dancing with the night breeze, as though they held their own desperate secrets. What lay within the room defied all logical explanation. Walls were lined with mirrors, creating a dizzying, infinite reflection that swallowed her presence into itself. Upon each mirrored surface, visions flickered. Fragmented, nightmarish scenarios filled with fleeting shadows and unrecognizable faces. Emma found herself drawn to a singular mirror at the center, larger and smoother, as if inviting her to delve deeper. As her fingers brushed against the cold glass, the reflection rippled, revealing scenes from her past, distorted memories that questioned her perception of reality itself. It showed moments aching with regret, decisions faltering with doubt, and shadows she had long thought banished. Suddenly, the door she had entered through slammed shut, plunging her into a chilling silence, the finality resonating throughout her core. The mirrors around her shimmered actively, showing scenes of others who had succumbed to the room's grasp. Tortured faces of past occupants, each trapped within their tormented reflections, their souls forever lost to corridor whispers and their own unresolved truths. A guttural fear surged through Emma as her breath quickened. She fought against the suffocation of psychological dread, struggling to maintain her grip on reality amidst the room's sinister embrace. She realized that Room 13 tore down veils, revealing the darkest shadows each visitor carried. Emma felt a presence at her side, only turning to find no one there. Yet the mirrors continued to flicker, playing out scenes of her deepest fears and failures. The faces became clearer, anguished and accusing. Her reflection warped, as if the room tested her resolve against its own haunting inclinations. Desperation pooled within her. She turned, seeking an escape. The mirrors seemed to pulse with malevolent energy, reflecting not only past occupants, but also her own worst nightmares, as though taunting her resolve. She staggered back, the weight of countless eyes upon her forcing her to the ground. In that moment of despair, Emma's vision caught a singular phrase etched into the wooden floors beneath her. It whispered of inward journeys, of facing one's greater demons to unlock unseen doors. It was both a challenge and a warning. Rising slowly, she realized the inevitable truth Room 13 pressed upon her. True horror lay not in the ghosts of the past, but in the darkest shadows we refuse to confront within ourselves. Understanding this, her reflection began to stabilize, the mirrored passage before her offering a dim light of hope. She stood, bracing herself against the storm within. Resolute to defy the constraints of her fears, Emma returned to the door through which she came. With newfound courage, she pulled, the door's solidity slowly warming under her grip. It creaked open, and she stumbled back into the dim hallway, gasping as the oppressive aura of the room faded into silence. The inn felt different now, its dark heart revealed. As Emma looked back, the spectral presence of Room 13 lingered stiffly behind, its secrets shared. It was a room that existed on the edges of reality, a haunting bastion for those who dared venture into its void, but she had escaped its grasp, the truth now part of her. Re-entering her original room, she caught sight of herself in the small vanity mirror, her eyes now deeper with the light of understanding. The sunset's first light crept through the drawn curtains, signaling the end of her tumultuous night. The reflections offered by Room 13 still echoed within, but Emma knew she had emerged stronger, having faced what the room most feared to show. Collecting her things, she left the Willow Inn, its mysteries for others to discover, ready to share her story, a haunting tale without end, whispered among shadows and truths within.